Supermodel Cindy Crawford announced that she's hired a life coach. I mean, if she needs one, we all need one, right? Specifically to help guide her through the challenges of midlife. So this got us talking about whether we should be reassessing in midlife of what we need, what specific challenges do women in particular face during our midlife that require a little more attention. So I'm delighted to be joined in the studio now by an expert, Claire Davies. You are a midlife coach at Midlife Mentors. Hello, Claire.
Hello,
now,
lovely to be here.
Dr. Renee has a specialism in menopause. Scarlett said in the break, I went through menopause before it was fashionable. And Alan Miller knows about the menopause. Is that right? Which is a thing. We'll do another section on that one day.
The andropause is a real thing.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. OK. Claire, what kind of issues do people present with when they come to you midlife and say, I'm not coping?
I think the main thing is that when we hit midlife, it's almost like, I think everyone does go through it. I think we need to redefine what a midlife crisis is. I kind of like to call it a midlife transition.
What kind of age are we talking?
It can depend. We work with people from 40 actually through to about 65.
Yeah.
And I'd like to call it a midlife transition because I think we all go through it. And it's essentially where we question our identity. You know, we've had years and years and years of playing to win, getting the job, the house, the career, everything. And then at some point, we might look ahead at our future, at the second act of our life, and think, is this the trajectory of where I want to go? And people feel very lost.
Yeah. And in that period of life as well, you see, my kids are now 19, 11 and 13, and you start to come into that period where you're getting your freedom back, right?
Yeah.
And you assess life. Is this it? Is this as good as it gets?
There's the woman who didn't sleep worrying about her 19-year-old.
I was just going to say, I didn't sleep because my 19-year-old didn't come home, and he's now sent me a message during the break saying, I'm on my way home, Mum, so everything's all right. I can finally relax. So thanks a lot. I wish you'd told me at 1 o'clock this morning. But your stresses change, don't they, in your 40s and 50s? And often involves getting divorced, as was my case.
Yeah.
When you go, is this it? Is this it for the rest of my life? And we live longer now, don't we, Claire?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's completely key. You know, we outgrow some of the relationships that we've gone through our 20s, 30s, 40s with. And we can really start to wonder what's next for ourselves. And I think getting a coach, like Cindy Crawford has, getting a coach, whether she needs it or not, is a really, really important thing because we can have that support, we can have that accountability, and we feel less alone as well. Because I think one of the things that obviously we know about going through the menopause, the perimenopause and menopause, is our hormones are also changing. So physiologically we're changing. That changes how we feel mentally and emotionally. So actually starting to talk about it, communicate and get into a community of people where we feel less alone is, I think, incredibly important.